Hey everybody, it's Mark. Happy to be back with you guys today, Sunday evening. That's my wife Jennifer over there. Decided to let her get in on the YouTube and fun, let her get in on making some videos and help me out a little bit. So today's gonna be focused on Jennifer. This is Jennifer, like I said. She can say a little bit about herself, and then I'm gonna get to asking her some questions. So you wanna go ahead and talk for yourself about a minute or two, Jennifer?
Hi, my name is Jennifer, obviously. I have, me and Mark have five kids. We stay in Denver, Colorado. For the moment, I'm like a stay-at-home mom, but I love to cook. And I've been thinking a lot lately about just getting on social media and cooking and showing everybody what I can do.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna definitely be here to motivate you and help you on your path, baby, on trying to get yourself out here, get on social media. I love your cooking. I always have. It's the reason I kept you around this long, is because you know what you do in the kitchen. You're a
Mm-hmm.
magician over here, and it's something that really is a value to a family, really value around the house. It's really something that we appreciate you so much. So before I start the interview, just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So my first question is just something like keeping it simple for the first few. What is your favorite recipe?
Um, I have to say my favorite recipe is just the simplest recipe, which would just be roasted Brussels sprouts with baked chicken and a really good mashed potato.
Why is that your favorite?
Just cause I don't know, like I like simple dishes. So as long as it has like something that's baked, a green, and some kind of like rice or mashed potato, I love it. It's filling. It's just that kind of meal I always go to. It's my favorite.
Nice. What about your second favorite?
My second favorite meal, man, that's a hard one. I haven't thought about this before. It's weird, but French fries. It's not a meal, but it's just kind of something that just about goes with everything. Fries, it's simple, it's quick, it's easy. You can get them frozen. You can do them by your on your own. You can do tater tots. I'll ch- I'll probably change my favorite meal to how about potato. Potato is versatile, so you can do baked potato, you can do fries. You just about do anything with a potato. So I really like fries. So, and my third favorite meal, I would have to say, is barbecue. I just really feel like I barbecue really well. So a meal for barbecue for me would be baked beans, corn on the cob, barbecue chicken, barbecue hot dogs, and some kind of like dinner roll. So that would be my third favorite meal.
What do you think you make the easiest? So your easiest meal is something you could probably come home now a lot of times, something you could whip up, but something you know you could probably make pretty masterfully, pretty perfect. A lot of confidence in it.
Tuna. Tuna's kind of that thing that I make quick. I know how to make it. I don't need any instructions how to make it. I can just make it on the fly. That usually takes me like less than 30 minutes.
Okay. So why do you like cooking?
Um, I just really love cooking because just during my childhood, it was just one of those things that I shared with my mother that was just awesome. We bonded over cooking. Um, it was just really pleasant experiences with cooking. And also just during high school, finding myself, I didn't know what I wanted to do. At first, I thought I wanted to be a brain surgeon, but I also realized that I didn't really want to be a brain surgeon. It was just kind of the saying that I want to be a doctor to please my mom and, to make her proud and stuff like that. But after I started finding myself and realized that I love to cook, that, yeah, that's something that I wanted to do. So I changed it to cooking.
You think you have a future in cooking?
Yes, I do. I don't think that I'm gonna become like a huge celebrity chef, but I do think that I have a future in cooking.
You think you have a long history? I mean, a long future in cooking.
Yes, I have five kids. I think that I'm a good cook, and I know that I'm gonna have recipe books. So I hope that we have a whole bunch of holidays ahead of us, a whole bunch of family time as far as cooking with each other. And I don't think I'm gonna stop cooking until the day I die. Probably. Like, I love to cook, so.
Okay. So what's something that you just really remember making with your mom? Something that you thought was really special?
Pot roast for sure. Pot roast is a thing that stick out with me and my mom. It's just the first dish that she taught me how to make. Also cookies and desserts. Oh man, I used to like pick out on so many cookies and desserts as a kid. My mom loved to bake, so that was a really good experience. Like I said, it just allowed us to bond, and that was really nice.
So what do you think the first recipe you teach our kids will be?
The first recipe, well, I've already taught our kids something. I think my first recipe I taught the kids was like Rice Krispie treats.
Okay, so next question is, what are your goals for cooking in the future?
My goals for cooking in the future is just really having a restaurant. I really want to have a restaurant. I really enjoy cooking for people. I really enjoy feeding people. I feel like just cooking is just always going to be something that someone needs. Cooking is never going to go out of style, and you can just do so many things with food. So my goal is to eventually open up my own restaurant, and most definitely just put myself out there. This is a part of that, is me putting myself out there, and hopefully just get a career started, and people start to know my name, and then eventually that kickstarts, just the business. I really want to work on my brand so people can know who I am and what I am.
So what scary things have you heard about wanting to have your own restaurant?
I've most definitely heard it's not as easy as it sounds. You can't just buy a restaurant and immediately start just working. You have to know what you're talking about. You have to know what you're doing in a restaurant business. I think that it just takes a lot of research. So it's just not something that you should do on the fly.
So what type of research do you think you're going to have to do, and do you think it's important for people to do when they're thinking about opening a restaurant, or something that they're even considering doing?
Well, I think I'm going to have to, as far as the research, I think I'm going to have to figure out my brand, what I want to do, my menu, my budget, my price cost as far as my food. So I would need to figure out how much labor, how much cost goes into my food, and how I need to price my food. And all of these things are scary for me because it's just a lot of things to do. But I realize these are the things that need to do and they can be done. So it all starts with that first step. So also my brand, I need to work on my brand, my content, what I'm going to put out there, my design, my logo. Once I get far enough, I need to figure out, what do I want my brand to look like? What do I want people to see when they think of me? So I think it's a lot of thought into running a business. And you have to be smart. I am scared, but I don't feel like it helps to be scared. So, just gotta act confident about it and try to be confident, and know things are scary, but everything's gonna be okay.
I think Samuel Jackson, it was Steve Harvey that said, a beautiful thing on the other side of fear. Fear is just the first part of any new process. It's a part of learning. It's a part of, you getting out there. You putting yourself out there as being vulnerable, and that's scary. It's a scary thing to try to go after something and you don't know what's going to happen and what's it going to be like. But, just like you said, the first step is very important, and staying motivated. And it's just good you do this. I know not a lot of people do get to the point of even trying to put themselves out there, being comfortable. Comfortable is an important part of putting yourself out there. It's good that you're doing that. I think you should be proud of yourself. I think it's important. It's an important lesson for our kids to learn, being able to look at you, seeing that mommy's putting herself out there, that it's not something you're being passive about, putting energy to your dreams, putting energy to things that you say you want, going after your goals. It'd be a good example. I think that's something that's really important as a parent, as a human being, and, on your personal journey is really going after the things that you want. So let's see. What goals do you have for the future? This year?
Most definitely just still touching on just putting myself out there, creating content, allowing people to know what I want to do, what I like to cook, doing tutorials. Like I said, just really putting myself out there and getting comfortable with being on social media and putting myself out there and putting my brand out there. So that's going to be my goals this year. Also, I've been doing a lot of meditating, so I just want to be able to meditate on things, think on solutions, solve problems faster, and I feel like meditation is a part of that. And also working out. I think working out is important. Unfortunately, I don't work out at all, so it's going to be a challenge, but I think just working out is important, and you need to establish those habits before you get too old and you don't want to work out at all. So those are my goals for the year.
Do you have any goals related to your dreams that you want to do?
This year?
Yes. Any equipment that you want to get? Any food equipment, utensils, seasonings you want to try? Anything like that?
So, just goals as far as trying new dishes. Obviously not right now, but once quarantine is done, hopefully we get to get out and about more often and go to new restaurants, try new things. I want to try new dishes at least once a month. The goal is to try a new dish every week, but at least once a month try a new dish so I can challenge myself and try new things. I also want to start plating better, garnishing my meals better, and just making everything look nice and pretty, because cooking is just not about how the food tastes. It's also about how the food looks as well. So I want people to be able to look at my food and be like, man, that looks delicious, and I want some. So also get new equipment. Like, you know, I want better cutting boards, and I want a set of knives, and I want a hand mixer. So those are all goals that I gotta work up to and save money for, so I can buy those things and, you know, just invest in myself.
So what places and people have really inspired your cooking?
What places and people have really inspired my cooking? Well, I would for sure say my mom really inspired my cooking and where I'm from. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. I feel like just about everybody back home knows how to cook. At least their food tastes somewhat good. So I feel like that's an important aspect back home, because whenever you're gathering around, it's always some kind of food there. So I feel like it has to be good. So that's an important staple of St. Louis. And also, it's like the capital of barbecue. So I feel like that's another thing that people in St. Louis also know how to make barbecue. So I just feel like my entire life has just revolved around cooking, really. And my mother has inspired me. My city has inspired me. Also, another place that inspired me to cook is San Diego. It's just such good food, and most definitely such good Mexican food. I had a friend while my husband was in the Navy, and she just made like the best pico de gallo. So she like passed down a recipe to me that I still use to this day. It's so good, it's delicious. People compliment me all the time. So I feel like when you have experiences through cooking, you really just get it through people. Your friends, your family, people that you make dishes with. I still use that recipe to this day. So that's most definitely somebody who inspired me. She cooked a lot of Mexican cuisine because she was of Mexican descent. So it was just really great to see that different side of cooking. I was always at her house for dinner. She taught me how to cook pozole. She taught me how to cook many things. So I feel like I took a lot of her lessons with me. And just the culture in San Diego is just so awesome. It's just a hub of different kinds of foods, and usually what you get is going to be good. So I just feel like, yeah, San Diego really helped me. And those are two places that inspired me to cook, and two people that inspired me to cook as well.
So where are the places that you've been and the best food that you've had in those places?
So I have been a lot of places. I traveled a lot when I was a kid, but because I don't remember all of those places, I don't count them. So as an adult, I would say I have been to California, I've been to Vegas, I've been to Texas, and I've been to Colorado. So San Diego most definitely has the best food. And the best food from San Diego I've ever had is very simple, but it's a fish taco. It's delicious, it's light, it's crispy, it's like easy and accessible, and it comes from like a food truck off the side of the highway. I don't know if it's gonna be there when I get back, probably not, but it was just like some of the most delicious foods. And I had different sides. They also had like this fish soup broth that you can eat with the tacos while you're kind of waiting before you get your food. It's just really simple, good, and light. And I just feel like it just, you know, also immersed me in the culture. It made me feel like I was a part of the culture because I was doing things that the culture was doing. So it was just a good experience. It's fun.
Okay, so what about Texas? The best food you had in Texas?
The best food I've had in Texas was the barbecue. They had good taco trucks too. Don't get me wrong, and we did have a taco truck lady. But it was some really good barbecue that we had from a taco truck, and I was just wowed because never before have I ever had.
I remember that food truck.
Barbecue that was better than St. Louis, or just about as good as St. Louis, and this was really good. It was really, really good. This is some of the best barbecue I had in my life. So that was the best I had from Texas. The best from Colorado. I don't know. I have to say, unfortunately, it's nothing that's like I've had yet. I've been staying here for 3 years. It's nothing I've had yet that's like super. Oh, I'm sorry. What's that? It's a diner that me and Mark went to. And it just had like the best, fluffiest pancakes. Like Denver's diner food is good. And I would have to say they have a lot of 24-hour diners, a lot of family-run diners, and they make some really good food. So that's the best food I've had here is diner food. Pete's Diner, I think, is really good. That's the place I'm talking about. They're awesome. So yeah, I'm not gonna just say that Denver is whack and they don't have no good food. So if you come here, come to a diner because they got some really good food.
If someone was in St. Louis, what recommendations for food would you give them?
Oh my gosh. So Emos all the time, every day. I miss Emos so much. I always recommend going to China House on West Florissant and Newhouse Ferry. I think that's where it's at.
Chambers.
Yeah, on Chambers, West Florissant and Chambers. And White Castles. Like, just ever since we moved back from home, I feel like it's just no Emos, it's no White Castles. And the rice is just not the same at all. Like, it's just, the rice is always lighter and it's not as like greasy and good as it is in St. Louis. So those are the 3 things I recommend back home is rice, pizza, and White Castles.
Okay. How does cooking make you better?
I think cooking makes me better because it really just has taught me overall that patience. Like, I just feel like you're not perfect. You're going to have to practice, and cooking just allows for you to grow. And when you get done with something and someone eats your cooking and it makes them feel good and they're like, man, this is the best thing that I've ever had. It's the best feeling that you've had to hear someone say that they're eating your cooking. It's the best thing they ever had. It's like a work of art. So I really love cooking. I love how it allows for you to grow. I don't feel like it's ever going anywhere. I feel like people can outcook you, but I just feel like you can always put your own spin on your own dish, and people can always make something in their own way. Like, I've had people spaghetti, and everyone's spaghetti I've ever had has always been different. It's never the same. So I just really feel like cooking is your thing. It's kind of like a fingerprint. When someone tastes your food, they know who food it is. So it's just really important.
So what type of foods do you feel well versed in, and what type of foods do you wish that you knew more about?
I most definitely feel well versed in like just main dishes in general. I cook a lot of main dishes. I cook a lot for my family, so I feel like I'm really good just with like, you know, baking, sauteing, doing anything on the skillet, a baked potato, a mashed potato, side dishes. I'm really good at. One thing I do feel like I need to practice is desserts. I don't do a lot of desserts. I know how to do like the basic just cake or cookies, but I don't know how to like do like a homemade cheesecake or, you know, just have recipes on my own as far as that. So I need to practice my baking for sure more.
Are there any places that you want to go so you can learn how they eat and learn what drives them to cook and things like that?
Most definitely, the first place I want to go in the United States will be New Orleans, just because they just have such a passion for cooking and such a food staple for the world. You know, I want to taste that kind of cooking. I want to taste that kind of cuisine, and I also want to be, you know, educated about how they do and what they do. And so, you know, I just think it would be a great learning experience. I feel like a lot of learning experiences are centered around food. You know, whenever you visit somewhere, the first thing you say is, where we're going to go eat. And you want it to be somewhere where other people eat too. So, yeah, I feel like food is just a culture, and really everyone is always centered around food.
Are there any places and countries outside the U.S. that you want to go and you know that you have plans on going there and getting into those type of foods? And what other parts of the cultures do you think will help you? Other parts of the culture other than food that help influence that food?
I would like to go to Italy. They are the creators of gelato. They are the creators of Italian food. I feel like it gets no better. I really feel like Italian food is just great. I love it, and I would love to just see their take on Italian food and where it originated from, because I feel like, you know, we have our Italian food, but this is American Italian food. I want Italian food. So yeah, that's the place that I would visit. I forgot what else you asked me. I'm sorry.
Just what other parts of culture other than food do you think helps influence the food?
Other parts in culture, I think geography always is a big part. I really hear most of the time that, you know, whenever I look at people's plates, it's usually inspired by what's around them and what's self-sustainable. So whenever I do go to Missouri, what's more self-sustainable is, I feel like, fish. We do fish fries. We do have the Mississippi River right there, so I can completely understand that. Catfish. We do a lot of greens. We do a lot of macaroni. We do corn. So kind of like those country home-cooked meals. But I feel like in California, it was more so like a lot of fishy meals, a lot of seafood meals with fish and fish tacos, a lot of Mexican cuisine. So I just really feel like it just depends on the geography, what you're influenced by, that matters. Also, the people. I feel like the people influence food, because I feel like different cultures, different people just get together, different races, and they bring their own thing. Sometimes you have Asian fusion. Sometimes you have elevated country style cooking. Sometimes you have high-end steakhouses. So I just think it depends on what your vision is and what you want to do with your cooking.
I like that. That was pretty good. Thank you. I like that. Next question. What part of cooking, what aspect of cooking really got you hooked? And what keeps you motivated to keep cooking? What motivates you to see that into your future and make you think that that's going to be such a big part of your life and for you want it to be?
I guess the aspect of cooking that really got me interested was seeing the fruition of my work, like the fruits of my labor, I guess you could say. Like just starting with, I feel like cooking, like you could literally start with 10 ingredients that's all their own ingredients, but then you can just make such a beautiful dish. Like you can just make anything out of food, and it's so crazy. So just starting from nothing and then just creating something beautiful and something that people love to eat is just what got me started with cooking in the first place, and that's why I love to cook. And what was your last question?
What keeps you motivated to keep cooking?
Most definitely my family. It's like cooking is most definitely a necessity. I feel like everyone needs to eat. So it depends on like the kind of person you are, but I'm the kind of person who doesn't just want to eat the same meals every single day. If I'm going to cook, I want to cook and eat something that I enjoy. And I don't mind doing that to get that. So I feel like I'm never going to stop cooking. My family's going to keep me motivated. Constantly always wanting to eat something good and yummy is going to keep me motivated. So, yeah.
What foods have you had that were delicious surprises?
Foods that I had where it was delicious surprises. Let me think. I guess, still with the Mexican food. One time I went to a Mexican supermarket and they had like a buffet. And me and my friend Lorena, we just tried a whole bunch of dishes. And so I tried this one dish. I forgot the name of it, but it was like this pepper, poblano pepper, stuffed inside of like a fried egg. And it was like cheesy. And it was just good. It was just like a pleasant surprise. Because whenever you want to try a new dish, you're like, I don't know if I'm going to like it. And I like that one.
What's something you had that you wish you never had and you'll never have it again?
Something I've had that I wish I never had.
And then something that you made that was just too much, or people didn't like it, or you didn't like it, you didn't like the execution. Something that you'll never make again. Something like, I just probably don't want to make that one again.
I really haven't ever made anything that I ever be like I'll never make again, because I just feel like it's never been like a huge, major like screw up like that. Like everything I've ever made, I feel like, okay, I can make it again and I can make it better. That's okay. And what was that?
Let's see. Oh, I asked you about that. Okay, so the next question, I got another one.
Okay.
Do you find it easy to stay motivated? As far as your dreams, as far as cooking personally, as far as getting yourself out there, as far as any of that, as far as your entrepreneurial journey, do you find it easy to stay motivated?
No, I will have to say, like, I'm 27 and, you know, I'm just now kind of putting myself out there. But I also have 5 beautiful kids, so I feel like, you know, a portion of the beginning of my life was just really being with my kids, and supporting my kids. So I feel like it is hard to stay motivated if you let certain things get in your way. I just feel like you have to stay on top of it, because now I'm getting to the point in my life where I'm like, even though I have kids, even though I might be working or whatever I'm going to be doing, I'm going to stay motivated. I'm going to make sure I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make my dreams come true. So yes, I do think it's hard to stay motivated, but just stay on top of it. Just be positive and just know that no one's going to do your dreams for you. You got to work harder than anyone for your own dreams. So that's just the mindset that I have.
If you could have one business partner, who would it be and why?
If I could have one business partner, who would it be and why? I think my business partner would be Marcus Lemonis. He's off of The Prophet, and because he's just so knowledgeable. Like, he really, if you guys ever watch the show, he just goes in, he helps the business figure out their brand if they're iffy about the brand. He helps them with just their books, products, sales. He really helps. I feel like he gives lifelong advice, and he makes the business profitable enough that you don't mind being his partner. So yes, if I had to go into business with anybody, it would be Marcus Lemonis.
If you could go into business anywhere, where would it be? And why?
If I could go into business anywhere, I would have to say we'll be back home in Missouri, just because that's where I started, and I feel like you really need to help build up your community. St. Louis isn't the best, and I just feel like opening up a business will really help bring entrepreneurship, jobs, awareness to the area. You know, I will make sure I would do all those things by being a business owner in St. Louis, just because I think it's important to give back to the community. You know, I just wouldn't want to open up a business and stay in California and never go back home. Like, you know, you want to just, I feel like it's important to go back home to your roots. So that's why I would want to open a business up there.
Is there anybody in your personal life that you would want to open up a business with? Or to have in with your business? Somebody as far as an investor, as far as a manager, as far as any aspect, as far as cooking with you or cooking alongside you, anything like that? Anybody you know? Family, friends? Anybody you worked with in the past?
Well, of course, like Sharon, if she would ever want to like work with us, that would be great. I feel like you would be a good business partner, but you know, it'd be no cooking. We know it'd be like managerial. I feel like it'd be great to work with my mom in like the kitchen and stuff like that as far as recipes go. So that would be awesome. Who else? Your mom. I feel like your mom is really insightful, so I would want to get her help in the kitchen as far as recipes go. It's okay. It's just our kids, right?
Okay. And one last question. Let's see. Let's come up with a good one. Have you started thinking about names?
Yes. So I'm kind of stuck on like one of them is plum sauce, just because my husband calls me plum sauce a lot, and I always felt like that would be a good restaurant name. But just recently, it's this restaurant name that I heard on a television show called like the Greasy Fork. I thought that would just be a good concept because I don't know, I just like the concept of Greasy Fork because when you think about food, you think about make greasy food, and I feel like good food is kind of greasy. So when you leave, I do want you just to have like a nice, greasy, messy fork. So Greasy Fork is my ideal for my
I think that's a good name.
I think it is.
All right, Jen, this is gonna be about to be done with the video. Anything else you want to say to everybody or say to the world?
That's thank you for listening to me, and then hopefully later on in like 5 or 6 years when I look at this video, I have manifested my dreams. I have accomplished the things that I wanted to accomplish, and you know, I just hope this will be like a good look back on, you know, how it used to be. Hopefully this is a come up.
Okay, everybody, we'll be seeing you guys again. Jennifer be doing some more videos, some by herself, some with me. She'll be interviewing me. I'll be interviewing other people. You know, just getting other people's takes on the world, ask some questions about their lives, things they're interested in. That's what it's about. And if you guys ever want me to interview you, send me an email, subscribe to my page, share me, let anybody know anything you like, any suggestions for me and Jen, anything that you guys want to hear, maybe next time, anything we didn't cover. As always, appreciate you listening, paying any attention, any mind. You know, it's always great to be able to share something with you guys. I appreciate that. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I'll be posting another video in a few days. So until then, peace. Take care of yourself. Stay positive. Find you some good quotes. Read a good book. You know, stay positive out there. Stay safe.